I've been fighting with myself way too long. Need to quit it like it's Quidditch with the golden balls. And none of my best friends don't care at all. And I'ma watch them fall like the violent wall. And I say what I say.
Peace. What's good, guys? What's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Smackdown last night was extremely good. I enjoyed the show. It was a very good fucking show. I was entertained from start to finish. And it moved smoothly. It moved quickly. It felt like an hour and 15 minutes of a show. That's what it felt like. Nothing was rushed. It all flowed nicely. And really and truthfully, for those of you that are young and you're now just getting into wrestling, like the 18, 19-year-olds, you guys aren't used to the Attitude Era type of stuff that we would get back in the day. Back in the day, during the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, we got shows like this for Raw and SmackDown all the fucking time, just about. Like, every so often we would get a filler, which was, like, still decent. Like, there were decent fillers back in the day. Like, if you did not grow up in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, I don't know what to tell you. But last night was a good show. Last night was a really good show. I know some people didn't enjoy it. You're always going to have complainers, but that's not me. I'm not that person. I mean, I do complain and I do rant and lash out when I fucking need to, but last night was just done beautifully. And I feel like the reason why it happened was because obviously it's New York and obviously it's MSG. So you know they're going to go all out. They're going to have to go balls to the walls. And you could say that this is also a way to kind of counter a very successful all-out pay-per-view by AEW, as well as their somewhat decent of a show, Dynamite. So, yeah, like, you could thank that to an extent. But shows like this are great, you know. It really is. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and dive into the review. So let's continue. Let's get started, shall we? So we kicked the show off with our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And he gets on the mic, cuts a very good promo, tells New York to acknowledge him, saying that he is the WWE and that WWE runs New York. And the reason why that happened is because of AEW. That's why AEW has Chicago on fucking lockdown. Like, they've got Chicago, and WWE needs to have New York on lock. They need to. They've had so many SummerSlams in New York as of late for the last several years. They've had a bunch of takeovers in New York at the Barclays Center. So, yeah, like, New York is WWE stomping grounds. And it has to be for now. But, yeah. And then out comes Brock Lesnar, who looks like he killed, like, 5 fucking bears when he came out. I'm like, damn, dude, I'm loving Butcher Lesnar. I'm loving Viking Lesnar. So fucking badass. And he got a huge pop when he came out. I heard holy shit chants. And then when he cuts a promo, he says to Heyman, look, man, why didn't you tell Reigns I was coming? And the crowd, I audibly heard them say, you fucked up. And then when that happened, it went blank. Like, there was a mute. Fox muted that completely. They muted it. They allowed, like, the first 10 to 15 seconds to seep through, to get through. Even with the holy shit chants, the same thing. Like, it was muffled. But, man, that was really cool. But I really do wish that WWE didn't have to answer to their sponsors and whatnot. We get that you're running a PG product, but damn, at some point in time, it's okay to blur the lines. And this is one of those times that you could do it, in my opinion. Roman said some words. Heyman backed up Lesnar for a second. Lesnar made a challenge to Reigns. He attempted to F5 Heyman. Reigns came in, did a Superman punch. The Usos, they got involved. Brock took Jimmy and Jay both to Suplex City. And Reigns grabbed the Universal Championship, and he kind of stood tall, and the four of them dipped out. So that was really fucking cool. I enjoyed that. That was just fucking awesome, man. And I do believe that this is something that we're going to more than likely get at Crown Jewel. It makes sense. There's no point doing it at Survivor Series. And there's no way in hell they're going to wait till WrestleMania 38 to do this shit. It's just not going to happen. I think strike while the iron is hot, and they might as well drag this out for another month and some change, and do it at Crown Jewel. I do think that we will see Lesnar and Reigns for the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel. Moving on, Big E. We had a 10-man tag featuring Big E, the Mysterios, King Nakamura, and Rick Boogs against Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Apollo Crews, and Otis. And Sami Zayn. And before the match, man, Zayn came out looking like a fucking boss. He introduced Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. So I was like, oh shit, like that was fucking awesome. Like the crowd completely shitted all over Young here. They booed him out the fucking building, and then when he dipped out, they were cheering like crazy. So that was cool. I love that. Stuff like this is always good. It's always good. Biggie got the win here via the big ending. After that, he gets on the mic, cuts a really good promo, and if they're going to do something with Big E, they need to start building him up and decide what they're going to do with him. And if we're gonna get Big E and Lashley, they need to go ahead and do that. I mean, if you want to build him up for Mania, do it. I would prefer to see him get the championship, the WWE championship by WrestleMania of next year. I could very well see Lashley dropping that to Big E at WrestleMania 38, and I think that's what they need to go ahead and do. Build up Big E, make him dominant, allow him to be more serious, more authentic, more himself, but allow him to still have that badassery about him that we all know that he fucking possesses. Like, this guy could be a main eventer. He can. He has all the tools at his disposal to. It's just SmackDown is going to have to pull the trigger with him. WWE in general is going to have to fucking pull the trigger with Big E. Then we had a promo by Becky Lynch and Bianca Bel-Air. It was okay. They had a contract signing. Becky Lynch's heel turn is a complete and utter failure, in my opinion. It's a damn shame. And it's just dumb as shit. Bianca looks like a clown still, kind of. And towards the end of the contract signing, Becky signs it, throws it at Bianca. Bianca kind of looks upset, and, there's that. So, to me, it's kind of falling flat off. It's kind of falling flat, and that's not good. Bianca should have been kind of pissed. And really and truthfully, Bianca should have whooped Becky's ass, Next, we had the match of the night. Edge versus Seth Rollins. SummerSlam match, rematch. It was a great match. I loved it. Seth won via a low blow, 3 super kicks, and a curb stomp. And then that took out Edge, and Edge was stretchered out. I loved it. I loved the ending of it. It was fucking beautiful. Seth, post-match, is interviewed by, I don't know who it is, but some blonde chick. And he just freaks out and just like, look, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. So I'm loving this. I'm loving this shit. It's absolute fucking gold. I can't wait to see Edge and Rollins 3. That's going to be a banger when it happens. And this delivered. So I do think that we might get that at Crown Jewel as well. Maybe Survivor Series, that they can drag it out even longer. But right now they're 1 for 1, and I'm loving what they're doing with this. This is brilliant. I'm loving Rollins' heel work here. Loving it. And then we had Roman Reigns. He had a backstage segment involved talking to Paul Heyman, saying, hey, man, look, why didn't you tell me that Lesnar showed up? Why didn't you tell me? I saved you, man. I saved you. He said that 3 times in the show, and that's pretty cool. So it's interesting to see where Paul Heyman goes, who he will align himself with. I would imagine he aligns himself with Brock Lesnar, although we know that Brock can cut a good promo. He can do it, but being PG, it's not Brock. We know Brock will say fuck in a heartbeat and shit in a heartbeat, so it's just best to align him with Paul Heyman, obviously. The Bloodline right now doesn't need Paul Heyman, although he's good, but I think Reigns is fine. Then we had the main event, the Street Profits versus the Usos. It ended in DQ. Reigns gets involved, locks in the guillotine choke to Montez Ford. Then out comes Finn Balor, Demon Balor, and he does his entrance and everything. The crowd pops, and then there's a face-to-face with Reigns, and then we go off the air. And I was like, damn, like, I don't know why Finn didn't want to do the demon on the main roster. I feel like if he's his alter ego all the time, I think this would be great. Or he could do it at least 4 times a year. You know, WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, the big 4, your main 4. Hell, even Money at the Bank. We need to see this at least 4 to 5 times a year because it's so good. Like, it's not, I mean, it is believable at times, but this can move merch. This has proven in the past to have moved a lot of merch. And this is the side of Balor that we all know and love. I mean, you can shit on Balor all you want. He's bland as fuck as a babyface. As regular old Smiley Finn, he's okay when he's Prince Balor. That's, you know, back to his New Japan days, but Demon Balor just fits him, and a character like this can get him tremendously over. So, but SmackDown this week, in my opinion, guys, was really good. I digged it. Dynamite was, not Dynamite, but Rampage, my bad, was okay. It was really kind of missable. It was taped. So, yeah, but it's interesting to see how the ratings will do for SmackDown this week and Rampage. I think Rampage probably is going to have maybe 600,000 to 700,000. SmackDown should do, obviously, very high 2s, maybe like 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, something around that. But SmackDown, man, was the better show, and I think that SmackDown was just done well. You know, this was just a very, very good episode, and these episodes are a dime and a dozen. That's for both Raw and SmackDown. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. I can't wait until Tuesday for NXT, the revamped. It should be interesting, to say the least. I am going to give it a shot. I am going to give it time to grow. Change is good. Change is very, very good. And it's interesting to see where that product will go now that it's in the hands of Bruce and Vince. I think that it's going to be interesting, to say the very least. So I am looking forward to that. And it's cool that WWE signed Gable Stevenson this week. So that was interesting too. So he's someone that could do very well on the main roster in due time. And hopefully by 2023, we can see him on the main roster. No, my bad. By 2023, by late 2023, 2024, we could see Gable Stevenson on the main roster. So that's a good sign. I'll see you guys later. Peace.